Namaskar. A warm welcome to World News, an Indian perspective on All India Radio. This is Renuka bringing glimpses of major developments of the day from across the globe. The headlines. India, Iran and Uzbekistan to hold first trilateral working group meeting over Chabahar port. UK Foreign Secretary Dominic Raab begins 4-day visit to India. OECD completes 60 years, says multilateralism is the way to deal with the COVID-19 pandemic. Nurse from New York becomes the first to be given the COVID-19 vaccination shot in the USA. Japan Space Agency confirms rock samples from Hayabusa 2 capsule is from asteroid Ryugu. International Bank lauds India's Namami Gange mission. The first trilateral working group meeting between India, Iran and Uzbekistan on joint use of Chabahar port will be held virtually today. In a statement, the Ministry of External Affairs said India welcomes the interest of Uzbekistan to use the Chabahar port as a transit port. It said this will open up economic opportunities for the traders and business community of the region. Besides Uzbekistan, other Central Asian countries have also shown interest in using this port. The ministry said India wants to cooperate closely with regional countries on this issue. The port is being developed by India, Iran and Afghanistan to boost trade ties among the three countries. It is located in the Sistan-Balochistan province on the southern coast of Iran and can be easily accessed from India's western coast by passing Pakistan. Chabahar is a major transit point to connect with many Central Asian countries. Foreign Secretary of United Kingdom Dominic Raab is on a 4-day visit to India from Monday. In Delhi, Mr. Raab will hold talks with Minister of External Affairs Dr. S. Jaishankar tomorrow on bilateral, regional and international issues on mutual interest. He will also have official meetings with Environment Minister Prakash Javadekar and Education Minister Ramesh Pokhriyal. As part of the visit, Mr. Raab will travel to Bengaluru, where he will meet the Chief Minister of Karnataka on Thursday. India and the United Kingdom enjoy strategic partnerships since 2004. It has been marked by regular high-level exchanges and growing cooperation in diverse areas. Mr. Raab's visit will pave way for further strengthening of the partnership in the post-COVID and post-Brexit context. India on Monday reviewed the bilateral relations with Sudan since the taking of office by the transitional government. Minister of State for the External Affairs Ministry, Mr. Muralidharan congratulated the transitional government and the people of Sudan on the signing of the Juba Peace Agreement. He welcomed the removal of Sudan from the US's State Sponsors of Terrorism list and the normalization of its relation with Israel. He added that India hopes that these positive developments would lead Sudan on the path of development, peace and prosperity. The minister informed that India would be sending 10 metric tons of life-saving drugs to the government of Sudan in coming weeks to help cope with the COVID situation. Last month, India had delivered 100 metric tons of food aid to Sudan through Indian naval ship. India's Prime Minister, Mr. Narendra Modi, on Monday said that it is the country's endeavour to ensure that the benefits of the space program reach the poorest. He was interacting virtually with key industries, startups and academia from the space conferencing to encourage their participation in space activities. Mr. Modi expressed hope that India would soon become the manufacturing hub of space assets. He said reforms in the space sector is not limited to ensuring ease of doing business, but also help being provided at each and every stage. The Prime Minister said, just like Indian talent has been able to attain worldwide fame in the IT sector, it will be able to do so in the space sector as well. The Indian government in June opened up the space sector to enable the participation of Indian private sector in the entire gamut of space activities. The Organization for Economic Cooperation and Development celebrated the 60th anniversary of its establishment on Monday. French President Emmanuel Macron, Spanish President Sanchez Castellanos, New Zealand Prime Minister Jacinda Ardern were among the leaders who took part in a virtual conference to mark the occasion. OECD Secretary Angel Gurria said that multilateralism is the only way to deal with COVID-19 pandemic. Mr. Macron also expressed his optimism over the future of multilateralism with the USA under Joe Biden's leadership. This is All India Radio giving you the world news. A virtual summit will be held between Prime Minister Shri Narendra Modi and Prime Minister of Bangladesh H.E. Sheikh Hasina on 17th December 2020. During the summit, the two leaders will hold comprehensive discussions on the entire spectrum of the bilateral relationship, including further strengthening cooperation in the post-COVID era. India and Bangladesh have continued to maintain regular exchanges at the highest level. Bangladesh Foreign Minister has said that Chilahate-Haldibari rail link will be inaugurated during the summit meeting between the two prime ministers on December 17. Bangladesh observes 14th of December every year as a Martyred Intellectuals Day. On this day in 1971, just 2 days before Bangladesh was liberated, Pakistani Army, its collaborators killed more than 1,000 intellectuals in the erstwhile East Pakistan. President Abdul Hamid and Prime Minister Sheikh Hasina paid tribute to the martyred intellectuals on Monday. Wreaths were placed at the Martyred Intellectuals Memorial in Dhaka on their behalf. Our Dhaka correspondent spoke to a Bangladesh liberation war fighter who narrated a horrific personal account of the massacre of teachers, doctors, freedom fighters and journalists by the Pakistani Army on the fateful day. International Bank has applauded India's efforts towards river rejuvenation and cleanliness. Xavier Chauvet de Bouchien, Senior Water and Sanitation Specialist, International Bank for Reconstruction and Development, said the bank is very proud of all the work done in India towards making the country open defecation-free. He added that there is a massive shift in the Indian government's approach from focusing only on infrastructure development to working with people and bringing about behavioral change. In a related development, Norwegian Institute of Bioeconomy Research has signed MOU with Ganga, a think tank of NMCG, for development of sludge management framework in India. Norwegian diplomat Ms. Karina Asboresen said on this occasion that Norway intends to deepen relationship with India, especially in prevention of climate change and conservation of environment. The USA has unrolled its massive coronavirus vaccination campaign, with a nurse from New York getting the first shot of the vaccine on Monday. New York governor in a tweet said the frontline nurse, Sandra Lindsay, has been vaccinated.
We're here to watch you take the first shot. So, Michael Dowling, Dr. Chester, Sandra Lindsay, we're all with you. Sandra, you didn't flinch. I take it that Dr. Chester has a good touch.
She has a good touch, and it didn't feel any different from taking any other vaccine.
Now the coronavirus updates from around the world. Singapore became the first Asian country on Monday to approve Pfizer-BioNTech's coronavirus vaccine. The country expects to start receiving shots by the end of this year. Germany has announced lockdown across the country from 16th December till 10th January to tide over the challenge of COVID-19 pandemic. Japanese space agency JAXA has confirmed on Monday that the sample container inside the re-entry capsule contained black grains thought to be from the Ryugu inside. The capsule landed in Australia's remote outback following a 6-year Hayabusa 2 mission to retrieve samples from the asteroid Ryugu on December 7th. Tennis great Roger Federer hinted at retirement in 2021 while delivering a speech while receiving Switzerland's Greatest Athlete of the Past 70 Years award. India is celebrating the 151st birth anniversary of Mahatma Gandhi. Before we end, let us listen to his favorite bhajan, Vaishnava Jan, by artists from France. And with that, we end this bulletin. See you at the same time tomorrow with the next edition of World News.